The U.S. hit Houthi rebels in a joint Yemen ardment with the UK. How close are we to all-out war? Some experts say US and UK ings will likely escalate problems in the Red Sea. Show title Hide title US-led airstrikes target areas used by Houthi rebels Yemen. US and British militaries have attacked areas in Yemen linked to rebels attacking transport ships. The Red Sea. Coordinated US and UK ings against Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen early Friday were retaliation for weeks of attacks on cargo ships in the Red Sea. The question at hand is, the United States headed for war? The attacks represent a significant escalation of U.S. involvement in Middle East during Israel's war in Gaza, and perhaps the most dangerous escalation of a conflict that threatens to spill over into region. Secretary of State Antony Blinken launched his fourth emergency Middle East mission in 3 months, aimed at containing the spread of the ongoing conflict. Some foreign affairs and defense experts say U.S. military action against the Houthis may not deter a battle-hardened group that has emerged relatively unscathed from years of ings by a coalition of Arab countries led by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Israel will not stop its attacks until it completely stops its military operation in Gaza. The United States has now put itself in a situation where further military action is almost certain if the Houthis retaliate, resulting in a tit-for-tat cycle that could quickly spiral out of control, Daniel DePetris said. Washington, D.C. Who advocates for the U.S. military to play a smaller role around the world? Regardless whether this is series of limited attacks or beginning a longer, more complex war, the timing could have broad political ramifications during presidential election year in United States. There have been 27 Houthi attacks since November. The attacks were framed as retaliation for Israel's war on Gaza, which began after the October 7 Hamas attack. Initial assessments of damage inflicted by U.S.-led attacks on areas in Yemen that Houthi militants used to launch missiles and drones at commercial shipping routes in the Red Sea were positive. According to Pentagon, the U.S. military has fired missiles from ships. Submarines supported these attacks with unmanned aerial vehicles, ballistic cruise missiles, airstrikes by U.S. British warplanes on Houthi areas where coastal radar stations are located. Many other countries supported the attack. Early indications are that they are having good effects. Pentagon Press Secretary Maj. Gen. Pat Ryder said Friday, "We have not yet seen any retaliatory action by the Houthis." He said, "Still, the Houthis have vowed that US and UK attacks will not come without punishment or retaliation." Experts say it's a promise that will push the United States and a handful of its Western allies closer to an all-out war in the Middle East. Bombing them likely escalate matters. Meaning not only will the attacks be stopped,